Edinburgh, one of the most beautiful cities in Scotland, heck some may even say in Britain. Scotland overall is very famous for its history. However, some stories are overlooked by others. Does the Scottish Wars of Independence come to mind? Yeah, I thought so. If I were to mention the city underneath the streets of Edinburgh, would many of you know what I'm talking about? If not, then you're about to find out.
From my recent survey, I have found that 73.3% of my audience do not yet know about the underground city. With most of my audience being aged 18 to 24, this number is not surprising. However, I would like to change that today.
The city started off in the early 1500s when a wall was built around the city to protect people from being attacked. From there, people had a choice to either live outside of the wall and risk being killed, or live in the smallest crevices inside the wall. In the 1700s, more building continued, however this time it was bridges. They built bridges to allow easier travel around the place, and under these bridges became the cheapest housing in the city. It would be helpful to note that this was also during the time of the famine crisis. As a result of this, many fled to Edinburgh and settled down under the bridges.
Well, I was already interested in the story of history of Scotland already, and so just going on this tour would really give me some context on how the city is built, such as we were having a talk about that most of the buildings and the underground is actually a bridge and not a proper underground. So that really gave me a bit of a context of the history of Edinburgh, and I found it very interesting.
Was there anything particularly surprising that you learned about the underground vaults?
Like I said before, the bridge, I thought it was just vaults. I just thought it was just a random underground they built. It was very interesting to find out that it was literally just a bridge that we just expanding upon. And you would think a bridge wouldn't be that stable. And technically it's not, since half the rooms are full of rubble, but still, that was very surprising to me.
Do you think this tour was informative and helpful when learning about the underground vaults?
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I heard about underground vaults, I had no idea what it is. I just thought it was the catacombs. It was just the same thing, like underground city. It was very informative.
Were there any lessons that you took away from the tour today?
That's back in the day, back in history, was much more difficult than you would imagine, especially with no modern technology.
Should know about.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not even just going on the tour. It's cheap. It's not that expensive you would think for a tour like that, and it doesn't take that much time. I think it was like an hour or something. It doesn't take that much time, and it's just nice to know because you walk around over it all day, especially if you live in Edinburgh. So it's just nice to know. It's a nice little thing to do, and you'll know better for it.
Well, there you have it. If you didn't know about this fascinating city, you do now. I would like to say a huge thank you to Roxana Semmerling and Merkit Tours for allowing us to film on their tour today. And this has been Edinburgh's Underground City.